everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's been a little while since I've posted any videos, and first I want to say that I've been well, although I did catch a cold for a little while, but I'm all over that and doing well. Been very busy these last couple weeks with a number of things. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about, what sort of things I've been up to and, kind of how it, relates to, some of the things I'm been doing with, advocacy and, also personality and personal development. So it seems that, in spite of being kind of a, shy person who doesn't really like to, just let the entire world know what I'm thinking for, no reason at all or any reason. At this point in my life, I seem to be, getting called in to, do a lot of connecting with other people, communicating with them, and, just, outreach, in various ways and to various groups of people. So, for instance, about a week and a half ago, I actually gave a presentation to a group of medical students at the University of Washington. And this was in sort of part of their classes. It's a lecture series that was actually started by one of my neighbors when she was beginning medical school. And so what happens in the first couple of years of med school is that you're reading about, different, diseases and conditions and diagnosis in how various aspects of our bodies work in textbooks, but you're not really in any contact with patients for, about the first year and a half to 2 years. And so, what my, neighbor thought is, well, wouldn't it be great if the med students can actually talk to people who have, some of these conditions that they're learning about in their textbooks to, kind of crystallize that this is, these are things that affect, actual people, who are living with them, and to learn about their perspectives living with these diseases. So, I have a type of muscular dystrophy. This year, I was with another person who actually did the series last year with me, who has cystic fibrosis, and we each, talked to the med students for about 10 or 15 minutes on our experiences with patients, and then had a question and answer series. Unfortunately, I think it was a time of year where the med students were feeling very snowed under by work, so not that many of them were there, but the ones that were there really liked it, and it was a really fun evening and interaction with them. So, another thing that a little bit on the same vein is it turns out the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, which is the office that regulates the approval of medicines in the United States, has some programs that take the patient's perspective into account in evaluating potential therapies for various diseases. Okay, now their criteria that they have to go on is that a drug needs to be appropriately safe, appropriately effective, and be able to be produced in a reliable way so that people know what they're getting. However, the what is safe enough and effective enough also depends on you know, the patients really, have a voice in deciding, okay, what is safe enough for me that I would be willing to take this? What is, how much benefit would I need to get in order to, for this to be worth my while to take? So, some of their programs are to, listen to groups of patients, talk about, okay, what is it like to live with, whatever the disease is? How does it affect one's life? What, if any, current treatments exist? How good are they? What issues do they have? What would be a, meaningful improvement generated from, a prospective new therapy that would make a meaningful difference in outcome to a person's life, that, it would be worth approving. And so I'm working with a number of other people trying to kind of, organize, okay, how can we bring, the patient's voice to, our disease area of limb-girdle muscular dystrophies, to the FDA to, introduce them to some of the technical background about our life experiences, and, what we're looking for, need, would be willing to accept, all of that, because, it turns out, even, within the group of muscular dystrophies, there's differences between different types, and they haven't really heard much about ours yet. But there are a number of prospective treatments in clinical trials, both gene therapies as well as other types of therapies. And, so it's important to, give, everybody who's playing a role, be it, regulatory, drug development, financing of drug development, advocacy, kind of get everybody educated, and so we can all sort of be on the same page, and all know the background appropriately. So yeah, it keeps me busy, and it isn't, I feel a little bit surprised to find myself in this situation sometimes, but as someone said to me last weekend, you kind of, life, throws situations at you, and, really it's up to you to grow as a person, to be able to, embrace those situations that you find yourself in, and, make a, positive response, both for yourself as well as for other people. So, you're, depending on your situation and what brought you to watch this video, I mean, your circumstances may be very different, but, there probably are, unusual or unique experiences that you have that, it might be appropriate for you to think about how you can share those with others, so that they can benefit from your experiences. So anyway, hope you are doing well, and I will talk to you soon, and best wishes.